Hello, everyone. Welcome to Alphawisdom. I'm Mystic Cassandria. This is lesson 105. In this lesson today, we're going to be dealing with another famous person. In fact, all three lessons this week will deal with famous people. A little more diversity, however. Today, we have a renowned world spiritual leader. The second day, or tomorrow, we'll have a politician, American. And the third one is a famous actor. All right? Now, today's lesson is with a very famous person. I know you have heard of him, the Dalai Lama. And we will be talking about him and doing as much reading as we can with this person, this gentleman. Okay, now, so that you don't get lost and you stay with me, we will be starting at the top. Here, number one. We're talking about the top of the fingers here. 2, the knuckle. 3, the line here. 4, the line here. 5, this area. 6, this line, and then we go on to the palm for 7 and 8, okay? So I hope you're able to follow that. Okay, let's get started with this one. So if we look at the bottom, you can see it's a plain hand or plain palm. That's because there are fewer lines, and the ones that are there are easily seen. They are well defined. These are the major lines. And when we look at the palm, we find there's shorter fingers than the palm itself. So it boils down to being an earth palm. Earth hands are small, square, solid, and thick bone with shorter fingers. The short fingers and broad palms suggest a dislike for studying abstract ideas, while the broad palm is powerful in the physical world. These types are the most loyal of people. They're down to earth, solid, and they're very direct in speech. Okay? So let's start with the first one. At the top, 1. Remember, the 1 is sitting above the little finger, but it's talking about those lines. Can you see those lines that are running through the first flange of the fingers? That's what I'm talking about. That usually comes in older age. As we get older, things tend to draw up like they need moisture or something else, but it's a part of aging. That's the beauty of aging, all right? Now let's go to 2. 2, the knuckle there. It has a little bulge on it. And that indicates one or two things: an accident that probably happened years ago and resulted in arthritis, or directly arthritis with no accident. It's usually one or two of those, but I'm not positive on that. So I'll move on to the next one. Let's go on to number 3, heart line. Looking at the heart line, it's a clear line. There is very little disruption in the line. It's a very straight line. You don't see that very often. And it goes straight, no breaks, no islands, no disruption, straight under the Jupiter finger or the index finger. So that means his emotions are in good balance. No problem there. None whatsoever. As we look at the other lines to see if there is a conflict that may affect the heart line, none. His lines are clear. Okay? Let's go on to 4. That is the headline. Notice that the headline dips right into the lunar area. And the lunar area deals with creativity, imagination, and intuition. We'll get to number 8 later on, which talks a little more about the hairline. So the hairline is clear. It's like he knew what he was destined to be thinking about, and he thought, and it was clear. The thinking is all clear, no problem whatsoever, especially as he reaches his late teens, around 18, I would say. Not that he didn't have it before, but around that time is when he removes himself from the joining of the lines with the family. Okay, let's go on to number 5. Number 5 deals, it says strong intuition. Look at the whole lunar area. It's full. That means he is very intuitive in his thinking, because that area seems to dip lower than the area of the thumb. That's a sign of an intuitive person. And with the work he does, that probably is something that's very important. Okay? So strong intuition, because the luna is well developed. Let's go on to number 6, and that is the fate line. Look at that fate line. It's deep into the lunar area, right with the intuition part. That is not very common, but the line is straight. He knew what he was going to do at a very young age. And see how that line moves? It's moving right up toward the center of the middle finger. And there is no thinness in the line. The line is clear. And that shows he's still active, working well into his 70s. Now, if he chooses to go to late 70s or 80s, that line, if we could see a picture of his palm, we'll see that line continuing up. So when it's right at the center of the middle finger, that means great satisfaction with the work. Solid. All right, let's go into the palm now. Right on the palm, we're looking at the lifeline number 7. The lifeline is clear, solid, no problems whatsoever. And the lifeline shows energy, well-developed energy, no disruption. And taking now the last one, number 8, energy lost when he was a child. There's little disruption there, just a little energy loss. When there's disruption like that, it could be connected with the family developing, realizing his future responsibility, but there's no break in the line. There are no islands on the line. So it's a minor thing. And that's what we have there. He also have on the thumb the same type of knuckle on the little finger. So I would say, and notice the thumb is bent. So I would say arthritis in the thumb and the little finger. All right. I don't know when this picture was taken, but it can't be too long ago. I'd say within the last 10 years, because I've seen recently pictures, and there's not much change in the expression. Okay. Well, thank you for watching. Please give a thumbs up if you like this, or if you understood it, and share, and of course, subscribe. So until next time, take care of yourself and be happy. Bye.